Computer forensics, what we do is we use software to recover evidence out of computers. So hard drives, diskettes, CDs, that kind of thing.
Now, in layman's terms, tell us exactly how you go about getting this information off of the computers.
Well, first what you have to do is you have to make sure that the original piece of evidence is preserved. So we use what's called a write blocker. And the write blocker will not allow the computer to write any information to the original piece of evidence. Again, making sure that everything is preserved. Then what we use is certain software to make a copy of the hard drive. And then we analyze that copy. So we always work on the copy itself.
How'd you get involved in this industry?
You know, I just kind of fell into it. I had an IT background, I have a law enforcement background. A friend of mine left LAPD, went to a big PI firm, and he had a computer involved in this case. And he said, yeah, I got this computer, I don't know anything about it, this was in '96. Know anything about it, can you come and help me? And I was successful at getting the evidence out of the computer, they're successful with the case, and then it's never stopped since.
Give us a sense of who your clients are and what kind of cases you work on.
Well, our clients are primarily law firms, large and small, some corporations and some individuals. The types of cases we're working on, a lot of civil cases, embezzlement cases where a company is looking at a certain employee for taking something from them. We'll work on family law cases, which is really becoming a large area now. Also work on sexual harassment, a lot of employment-based law.
And where did you get the money to start?
It's pretty much on my own. You buy the software yourself. Software is about $3,000. Computers are inexpensive, relatively inexpensive now. So it's pretty much self-funding, and I've never had to borrow a dime to make the business grow.
And you say that ignorance of your business is your biggest challenge. Tell us about that.
It's a struggle. It's very much a struggle. So what I've done in trying to market the business, traditional advertising doesn't work. I've tried it, but it just doesn't work. So what I do is just getting the word out. We put out press releases, we do a lot of that, but I train attorneys in computer forensics. I do what's called MCLEs, Minimum Continuing Legal Education for attorneys. They have to have it. They should get it from me.
Use it as a sales tool.
That's exactly right. And it's free, and they need us to do that. So we're happy to go out and do it for free for them. And it gets our word out to everybody. They get their credits, and then we get a chance to pitch them. And when they have a case, they call us.
Mark, tell us about a few of your toughest cases.
One of our most difficult cases was a sexual harassment case. And I was sent these computers from Northern California. And the accuser was very specific on what she had with the manager that she was accusing sexual harassment of. And so I read the complaint, I knew all about it. Then I looked at the machine, both machines, the accuser's machine, and I was actually hired by the company, which is, of course, the manager's company. And I looked at them and I said, you know, everything that she says the guy did is on the machine. And I said, well, wait a minute. Now, there must be something else there. So, you know, I looked at both machines, and there really wasn't. Well, they sent me another machine. And I looked at the other machine that they said was from her, and it didn't support their allegation or their defense. And I said, you better settle the case right away. And they did.
Now, I know that there are now software programs that will wipe a computer clean. How has that impacted your business?
Well, it's impacted it quite a bit, actually. But I've been very successful at identifying the usage of that software in cases. And there are a couple cases, one very large case in LA here, where we were ordered to go in and take a look at this hard drive for this piece of evidence. We got there and we couldn't find it. Through some interviews later on, we found that somebody was there just hours before doing maintenance on the drive, right? So once I found that out, we went back in specifically looking for this wiping software, found it, was able to detail all of it, testified in court, and they lost the case. It was about a $4 million case.
You know, Mark, I can tell that you really love your work. What does it take to be a computer sleuth?
You got to be tenacious. You know, you can't take no for an answer, and that's certainly not in my vocabulary. You know, I'm just not doing that. I think that, you know, you really want to do well for the customer. You want to deliver what they're looking for. If it's there, you're going to get it pretty much. If it's not there, you're not going to get it. But you have to be tenacious in looking for the evidence, making sure that you've been very thorough, and understanding the case. That's also very important, to understand the case. So to have all this background, the law enforcement background, the IT background, the forensic training that we get, all that together, and with this inquisitive mind, that's what makes you successful.
Sounds right.